In this here concrete jungle, what do you got for me? And we're live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Brian Anthony, with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. Brian Anthony, with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. Anyway, guys, it's early in the morning or late at night for some of you guys. I just never know when I'm going to do these things. I've said that before. But welcome to the show. Jerry Love, well, hello. So I want to kind of break down the SOTU, the State of the Union address President Trump did yesterday, and the woman. I'm great, Jerry Love. What about yourself? All right. So let's see, where do I want to start, man? Let's start with some side pieces of information right quick before we get into the heart of it, the meat of it. Let this window down, man. It's still, believe it or not, it's summertime weather. Yeah, Jerry Love, I missed you too. Yeah, I know I never know when I'm going live. I just go live, and I know some people are saying that they're not getting the notifications. Yeah. Anyway, so before we just jump down into the depth, into the deepness of it, let me just touch on some different little things. Now, over the weekend, I heard that 21 Savage, so U.S. American rapper, at least I thought, at least that's what everybody thought, got deported. Yeah, there'll be more joining soon. So 21 Savage got deported. Who is 21 Savage? He's an American rapper, man. He's had big hits with all kind of people in the last, 2-3 years, maybe even 4 years. He's been doing well. But over the weekend, news surfaced that he was deported. He overstayed his visa. Like he's not an American citizen. Now, from what he was saying and, the interviews and stuff I've seen him on, he was supposed to be from Atlanta. I don't know. Maybe it's Zone 3 or Zone 6. Zone 6. PDE Slaughter Gang. But then it comes out he's not even from America. He's supposed to have been deported to the UK or something like that. And then I'm hearing that he got deported to one of them islands or something. So I don't know. Apparently, when he speaks, he doesn't have any kind of accent or anything. He speaks, like he's an American, and he's made millions of dollars, man. He made millions of dollars, and they deported the guy. Wow. But that's just a side note. I thought that was interesting, entertainment news. So let's jump into the speech right quick. SOTU, State of the Union, 2019. I'm just going to jump around on different things that he talked about and discuss them. So one of the things he said last night was, North Korea hasn't tested a missile in 15 months. Yeah, that might be true. That might be true. As a matter of fact, the president says he's going to be meeting with Kim Jong-un. Il is the one that's already gone. Kim Jong-un, February 27th and 28th in Vietnam. So they have another round of talks going on. But at the same time, in other news, okay, Cherry Love, but then I'm gonna help keep you up or either put you to sleep, one or the other. So now one thing he said though, he said North Korea hasn't tested a missile in 15 months, but at the same time, in other news, they're saying that North Korea hardens their nuclear facilities. Okay. So if North Korea is hardening their nuclear facilities, why? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Apparently, they're not planning on denuclearizing. And if you try to drop some type of bomb on their facilities, they want to make sure that the facilities survive, that it's not blown up, right? So that's why they would harden their nuclear facilities. And that's what they're doing now. Even before the round of talks that's supposed to take place February 27th and 28th, the last of this month. And you know what we've been talking about here on this channel, Beyond Babbitt, that ever since last year, probably about this time last year, I was saying that wars, there's a time for wars. Kings go to war usually around March, April, May. And there's a reason, I believe, that the president scheduled the talk with North Korea so late in February. Because if it doesn't go well, it's going to drop bombs. China and Russia steady developing new weapons, steady finding placements for them closer and closer to our border, north, south, east, and west. Just like we have them surrounded, they have us surrounded. Yeah, big trouble. So, so I don't think that North Korea is hardening its nuclear facilities out of good faith that we're going to denuclearize and the U.S. is going to be our newfound buddy, our new friend. Okay, and it's starting to rain out here. It's about almost 70 degrees. It's about 67 degrees out here at 3 a.m. in the morning, 3 something, not, maybe about 3:30. Anyway, it's crazy to be this warm. And then they're saying that the cold front is coming back. But yeah. Well, it's snowing? Wow, Jerry Love. That's interesting. But yeah, it's warm here. I got my windows cracked, but it's starting to mist a little bit. I might let them up slightly to keep from getting wet. But this may play into the State of the Union also. What happened yesterday? I think it's been a matter of days, may have been 2 days. There have been military exercises in Los Angeles. So you have one news agency reporting, oh yeah, they made everybody aware that they're going to be just, flying helicopters through the city and gunshots. I guess they're using blanks, all kind of stuff in the middle of Los Angeles. Yeah, you saw that. But then there was another report. They didn't warn anybody. They didn't warn any businesses, the government, anybody. Military just showed up and flying helicopters and shooting and doing all this crazy stuff. Why are they doing this? See, these are the questions we have to ask. Why? Right? We've already, we've been in our military, yeah, freaking them out. But it's even deeper. Because our military has been in urban warfare before. Since at least 2001. We haven't been in a whole bunch of countries, going door to door in cities and all this. Why are they practicing in Los Angeles? Yes, to see how people are going to react. Because it's coming soon. The real deal. This is a test right now. The real deal is coming soon, where there will be military on the streets of Los Angeles, and not only Los Angeles. So it's a lot of big things taking place, guys. Let's see what else. Let me just jump around and try to link this together, because the president said a lot of things that were not, it was kind of disjointed, and I'm trying to link it all together. So now, while the president, food stamps are still cut off? Yeah, WIC is going. WIC is definitely going. And we got next week. Next week. Yeah, next week. I mean, we already saw the first TSA agent jump. So now also next week, Benjamin Netanyahu is supposed to be meeting with Putin. Meeting with Putin. That's big, man. Israel, I don't know. See, there have been diversionary tactics. We've been watching for the State of the Union. We've been watching for Venezuela and sports, Super Bowl, all this other stuff. And while we haven't been paying attention, Israel has been heavily bombarding Syria and Iran. Well, Iran and Syria, should I say that? Bombing them heavily. Heavily. And remember, that's one of the hot spots that's been around. And it's heating up while nobody's watching, while nobody's paying attention. So that one, we may have to keep our eyes on that one. And no, I didn't hear about the third temple that they built on the ground. I'm definitely going to look that up, because there's definitely a lot of prophecy in that temple. Whoa, what is that? Okay. So, so the U.S., another thing that the president announced last night is that the U.S. is building a new missile defense system. I guess we got to update our old. I mean, we knew our old ones weren't accurate at all. They were like 50% accurate. Yep, up pretty early. So, I mean, we have to keep up with. Now, I didn't report this, but the Russian S-300s, toast. Now, I reported that, the Russia was supposed to have been protecting Syria with the S-200s. And Israel kept getting in and out, bombing. F-16s, F-22s, F-35s. The F-200s was trash. Were powerless to stop the missiles and to stop the planes. Okay, so Russia turned on its S-300s. Guess what? Same thing. Same reaction. Israel is able to get in with the F-22s, F-35s, in and out. The missiles didn't even fire till they were leaving out, after they had already came in and made the bombs. And on their way out, then the S-300s try to fire. So that lets me know that the S-300s also garbage. They can't hang with the aircraft of today. And probably not some of the missiles, because the missiles are going hypersonic and supersonic. So the S-300 is trash. But we do know that Russia has S-400, 500, 600, and 700s. So they're going to have to keep coming up with something, because the stuff that they made big claims about how tough they're, every country makes the claims about how their weaponry is, but Russia's been bragging about the surface to air missile defense system. Oh, it's this and that, and this and that, and this and that. Well, we know the 200 is trash. We know that the 300 is garbage. So now they're going to have to try the 400, because they haven't been able to stop Israel. And so Israel, they may have to update the Iron Dome. So that's their missile defense system. Iron Dome used to be the best. It used to be like over 90% accurate, knocking down missiles and everything coming into Israel. Now that Hezbollah has got so advanced, Hezbollah used to float balloons over Israel to set fire. Now they have hyper, missiles that are super fast, and they have thousands of them. They launch them, and Iron Dome is not as effective. So Israel may have to update theirs. Well, all right, Art Menhorido, welcome. So, so yeah, Israel is gonna have to do something else. All right, Jerry Love, hope you feel better. So Israel has to update the Iron Dome as well. So ours is so old, I think they started building our missile defense system back in Reagan's days. And it wasn't, the Star Wars mess. And it wasn't accurate then. And it's still not. So President Trump announced during the SOTU that we're going to build another missile defense system. G-Dog's all the above. Welcome. What you doing up this early, man? Or should I say late? I don't know. It depends on where you are. So that's much needed. And I think that one of the reasons we're building this missile defense system now is because we foresee something coming close that we're going to need it. See, we never thought we needed that. We always thought, the war is going to be on other people's continents, in other nations. We never thought they'd be bringing it here. The story, they say, we've been kept safe because we have oceans on either side and no one can get to us. It's not the case anymore. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too, G-Dog. We over here trying to discuss some of that stuff Trump talked about and linking everything together. You know how we do it. I hope not. I hope not. So now I'm really finding out what's up with Huawei, that company Huawei, where Canada first arrested the CFO, and then it's been going back and forth. The Chinese company, okay, so they make, I guess, military parts, software, chips, and stuff like that. They've been stealing and they've been putting in backdoor stuff. So that's why they got her. And Trump is telling the whole world, the EU and everybody else, don't buy any equipment from China to work on the 5G network because they got backdoor, they spying and all kind of stuff. In other words, they say build your own or buy it from somebody trustworthy. Do not spend money with China on that because it's sabotage. Everything is sabotage. And I think that's what happened with Huawei. They some technology that they've stolen from some cell phone companies and I think some militaries, intellectual property theft, stealing designs and all kind of stuff, man. So this thing is heating up. So we nabbed some of theirs, they nabbed some of ours, and it's between Canada, the U.S., and China, everybody, and Russia too. Everybody's nabbing people, these spies, man. This stuff is heating up, man. March, April, May. Watch what I tell you. This stuff is heating up because there's no way that Iran would say, yeah, G-Dog. There's no way that Iran would have said, we're going to have our Navy down in Venezuela just hanging out for 5 months. No. This is war preparation. So, another thing that he talked about, he said he wants to prohibit, and I agree with him on this, President Trump on this, he wants to prohibit late-term abortions. We know they infanticide. Julian T. I have to check that out. I usually watch what is that? J.K. Bugout breakdown of the iPad goat. But so the late term abortion. Now you can abort a baby up until 9 months, a few minutes before birth. Some are even saying you can abort the baby after it's born. It's not abortion. It's murder. Straight up and down. I mean, you have to call a spade, right? Yeah, it's awful. So Trump is wanting to put some type of ban on that, and I definitely agree with him on that, even if he has to use an executive order, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and these states in New York and Virginia, basically. And hopefully we can get those crushed, get those laws crushed, and put them people in check, the judges, the courts, and all this mess, before it spreads over the whole U.S. That's definitely, that will bring a curse on us. If anything will, that will. And another thing President Trump said, he wants to lower the price of prescription drugs for Americans. He said that all the other countries get the same drugs we get, and they pay less for it. And it's made in the same place. And he said he wants to look into that and lower the price of prescription drugs. He mentioned AIDS, cancer. But to be honest, I want my watchers, I want my listeners to get away from prescription drugs altogether. Altogether. It's pharmakia. It's sorcery. Pills and potions. So that's why we talk about zeolite. You see what I'm saying? Do your own research. We want to be healthy. We want our bodies to be alkaline, sickness and disease free. Oh, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. And we already know that. Do your own research. Type in zeolite and cancer and see the results. I don't have to tell you that it cured it. Type in zeolite and AIDS or HIV. I don't have to tell you that it cured it. Yes, Art. So, Big Pharma is the biggest business there is now. So he wants to lower the cost of the drugs, just to keep people, buying it. Pharma made more money than the oil companies, than the banks. So let's shut them down. They're not sharing. They're not profit sharing. They taking all this money and, the drugs ain't curing nobody. Who do you know that's been cured? Oh, good morning, Joe Berlin. All right. I don't know anybody that's been cured by prescription drugs. Matter of fact, most of the doctors, when they give you a prescription, they tell you, you're going to be on this the rest of your life. What? And then all the side effects that come with these things, man. How about cures? How about let's get some cures going? I don't want to be on drugs and treatment the rest of my life. A guaranteed paycheck for the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies. How about let's get healthy? Exactly, Joe Berlin. Yep. I already knew. Rockefellers had a big hand in it. Everything that's making money, this New World Order. So basically, I want my people not to be on any prescription drugs at all. I want my people healthy. And we're not going to worry about AIDS and cancer because we're not going to have that either. So I understand where the president is going, but it's still a focus on making money. You see what I'm saying? For the rich get richer. So another thing that's happened, guys. Well, actually, before I get to that one, let me do this. So we already talked about Netanyahu meeting with Putin next week. President Trump meeting with Kim Jong-un February 27th, 28th. And so the president kept bringing up MS-13, all the gangs crossed the border and MS-13. Let me go ahead and give you guys the rundown on MS-13. Okay? MS-13 is an American gang. The origins are in Los Angeles, California. Just like the Crips, the Bloods, Mexican Mafia, 18th Street. It's domestic, organic, to America. So how MS-13 got spreaded? Yes. So it started in California. They get in the prison system. The gangs get in the prison system and grow. People get released. Some of the people who were in the MS-13 got deported. Right? Got deported to El Salvador. And the gang got there. That's how MS-13 got in El Salvador. It didn't start in it started in Los Angeles. And the 13 is 13th letter of the alphabet is M. which means they have a connection with the Mexican mafia, La M. So when he said, oh, MS-13 keeps coming in the country, well, they were here. This is where it started. We put them out. And then when they went back and made more, and they keep coming back. This is they coming home. This is where it was started. Now, yeah, they do drug smuggling and a number of other things, but MS-13 is used by, allegedly, let's say allegedly, by politicians, Democrats, paid to do dirty work, to hide your hands. You want somebody to come up dead? You want somebody to come up robbed? You want to move drugs? You want to do this and do that? Well, they got connections. You know, just like they got connections with Al-Qaeda and ISIS. They got connections with MS-13. Do some dirty work. My hand's not on it. You see, it was the gang members who did it. You can't trace it back to me. So I just want to let that out there because, you know, that's always, you know, it's always brought up that, yes, it's always brought up that, oh, they're bad. They come over here from there and they didn't. No. It's an American gang. Let's just be honest. It's an American gang that went there, and there's still some here when the others got deported, and it grew, and so now they're back and forth, and now they're like the Zetas, you know, something to be reckoned with, like all the cartels, the drug cartel, something to be reckoned with. So, and they're used, they're a political pawn by the U.S., you know, Democratic Party. So President Trump also spoke on Juan Guaido, Venezuela. Man, this is sickening because people just cheered, and he was like, Maduro has to go and step aside. And I'm like, man, you can't tell them people down there, you know, who the president is. It's not your job to choose their president. It's a whole separate continent, a whole different country. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, I definitely don't agree with what's going on down there. So I was saying cobalt. I was saying we're trying to get the cobalt. No, the coltan. So oil, Venezuela has oil, gold, and coltan. Now they were like, oh, the people are starving down there and all this here. Well, it's because we had sanctions on them for a number of years. They're starting to work, just like everybody else we put sanctions on. It makes it a little tough for them, you know, economically. So they you know, Trump lied on that. He was like, Maduro ran it in the ground. It was one of the wealthiest countries in Latin America. No, man, it's still one of the wealth. It's because of the oil wealth and the gold wealth. But with y'all putting these sanctions on them, y'all make it hard to move. See, I don't know what they got against them. I think it's just they want their gold and the oil and the black goo. They want the black goo. So, of course, yep. So I know that Russia, China, Iran, Cuba, North Korea all support Maduro. And the EU and the West supports the guy that wasn't elected, Guaido, Juan Guaido. Speaking of the black goo, I happened to this weekend, I watched Prometheus and Viral. Both of them movies have the black goo in it. The black goo takes over the human. It's the same type of stuff. You get possessed, it takes over your body, and he wants to spread. He wants to give it to everybody. And then it also, in both of the movies, it can spit in your face. It can come out of this person and go in your face. And that's what the scientist said, Harold, that on the video I loaded not too long ago. You know what? I'm going to load the video. When I think about it, I have to find it again, about the black goo shape-shifted. Oh, the black goo is some crazy stuff. Because the black goo is a liquid, but it's a metal. And it can shape-shift into different things. Yeah, they got, yeah. Black goo in Venezuela is really more Argentina. the Falkland Islands. But wherever there's deep well oil drilling, there's black goo. And it's Latin America, South America, there's a lot of black goo. There's a lot of deep oil well drilling. So, of course, they want the black goo. That's the nanotechnology. That's the AI. That's the quantum computing. They need more of it. So, you know, you still need oil, still need gold, still need coltan, stuff that's for electronics. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Joe Berlin. Smart chip technology in the black goo is sentient because it's not technology. It's not artificial intelligence. It's alien intelligence. And so anyway, guys, this black goo stuff. When I get a chance, when I think about it, I'll find the video that had the black goo shape-shifting. The lady had a laptop. She was talking about it. The table was black. And she was like, all you have to do is think about something. And she walked close to the table, and the table transformed into a computer docking station. It was just like, and it just changed. She set the computer on it. She said, you just think about it, and it turns into it. It can read your mind. I'll find it for y'all, man. I'll find it for y'all when I can and upload it so you can see it. This stuff we're going into is something spiritual, man. And that's why the zeolite is anti-black goo. See, this 5G and the black goo is going to help. It's going to help demon-possessed people. I hate to say it like that. MK Ultra mind control people. There's going to be a time to where if you're not saved, you're not going to be able to get saved. I recommend everybody to get saved now and get sealed now. It talks about, God talks about in the Bible how he's going to seal all his people in the forehead. And he told the angel, don't hurt the trees, don't hurt nothing till all my people are sealed. Let me make sure okay. Till all my people are sealed. Yes, good versus evil, definitely. And so we know the mark of the beast, it's going to seal people too. You're going to put it in your right hand or in your forehead. But God already said he was going to seal his people in the forehead, so you can't have two seals. But there will become a time, I personally believe this, there will be a time that if you're not already in the Lord, the technology will be able to block you. Because that's all in the pineal gland. That's all in the pineal gland. If they can calcify it or control your pineal gland, that's your spiritual center. They can cut you away from the spirit altogether. And you'll just be a body, a host for viruses like, yes, a Borg, exactly. And that's what a lot of these movies are telling us now. Yeah, so, and so, okay, so after, what else? Did I hit all the points I wanted to hit? So after the president's speech, right, the lady, I forgot the lady's name. She ran for governor in Georgia, and the Democrat, the black lady, and she lost, thank God. But thanks to Irene Yvette, she premiered something yesterday, and she reported that there are zero, goose egg, black governors in the United States. I'm like, what? And I thought about it. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. 0 black governors in the United States of America. And so that came about because of where's the guy? It was the Alabama governor, that guy who in blackface with the Ku Klux Klan. And his lieutenant governor is black. Yeah, so if they get rid of him, then they bring in a lieutenant governor. He'd be the first black governor in the United States. Wow. But I say that to say that this thing, hold on, I got all that already. Just make sure I hit everything because it was kind of disoriented. So things are really heating up right now. The lady, I didn't like what she said. She said she was really trying to big up the Democrats, and she said, we achieved marriage equality. What is marriage equality? You talking about a homosexual marriage and a real marriage? That ain't no equality. I'm sorry, I may offend people. I just like to be honest, you know. And we ain't achieving no marriage equality. You know what I'm saying? What you celebrating is disdain. That's. I will, Art. I've talked about it actually. I think I really started digging into it really good in December. So check out some of my videos. They're still up. A lot of information on it already. But yeah, the stuff that she was celebrating, basically the LGBTQ stuff. Oh man, I can't support that. I read woman's. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, man. I like Marv Fugel and everything. He said he has a. All right, Art, appreciate it. He has a slogan that, if nobody welcomes you here, then what he be saying? If nobody likes you, then everything is welcome here. You can say what you want, think what you want, all that type of stuff, right? But at first, he used to kind of, when Christians are calling, there used to be one guy who used to want to pray every time before he speak. He used to be like inside jokes made towards these people, like, he was saying some stuff that didn't agree with me, right? And then some people started making videos about Marv, trying to expose him, show them mooning people and criminal records, all kind of stuff, trying to destroy him, the trolls. And he's not built for that. He's not built for that. It was breaking him down. He was like he was going to have a nervous breakdown. Exactly. And I'm going to get into that. So then all of a sudden, since he was getting attacked so hard, then anybody who called in and say, well, if you mind if I pray? Oh, yeah, pray. He was skipping them people to the front of the line. Please pray for me. Please pray. Like, at first he was making jokes, kind of insulting them on the cool, being sarcastic. And now he's serious. He really needs to pray because he's not built for this, man. He's not built for the trolls. You see what I'm saying? I've been getting trolled all my life, so yeah, they won't even raise a hair on my body probably. But him, oh man, it's like he's a nervous wreck at that point. And then I noticed one day he said something, somebody was talking and they were expressing their opinions because Marv said all opinions are welcome here, everything you believe. Somebody was just going on, just casual conversation. And Marv interrupted them. I think they said something that they didn't agree with the LGBTs or something. Marv interrupted them and went off on them. And somebody he hung up on one time for saying something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. And the other day, I get the days confused, but the other day he was talking about all the trolls, how they attacked him and stuff like this, and he said his dad had AIDS. His dad died of AIDS, and he said it was like when he was in the 6th grade, he had to drink out a separate water fountain because the school knew that his dad had AIDS, and it was a horrible time for him in his life, and so he gets into it. He never really said how his dad got AIDS. He never said, oh, my mom had it and my mom got it, or he cheated on my mom. He never said, oh, my dad had a blood transfusion or was an intravenous drug user, but he had AIDS. Now, these are the ways they tell us you get AIDS, right? Bodily fluids, sex, homosexuality, or blood transfusion, or sharing needles. And so his dad died of AIDS. And somebody else called in after that, just talking, and they said something about transgender, right? Remember Marv said that every idea is welcome here, right? Anything you want to say is welcome. If your friends and family think you're crazy or they don't agree, you're welcome here. It's just casual conversation. They didn't attack the transgenders. They just mentioned it casually, that they didn't agree with the LGBTs. And Marv cut him off. I support them. I support the transgenders. I feel that if you feel like you want to be whatever you want to be, you can be it. Okay. That bothered me. Now, I had seen a few Marv videos before the Hot Musket. I wasn't a subscriber then. I subscribed during the Hot Musket when he came out with that breaking news, and it's about what's going on now. And he has good callers and stuff, good information. So I watch it regularly. But after he said that, he supports trans, I went back and read Romans chapter 1, somewhere around verse 27, towards the end. It talks about how the wrath of God is poured out, and it said, not only on those who practice that stuff, but those who have pleasure in those who do that type of stuff. LGBTQ and all the other alphabets that go after it. And I was like, oh, man. Because you said you support them. Now, I can understand you said you don't have anything against them, but you said you support them. It's a difference in language. I'll unsubscribe. Just being honest, I'll unsubscribe from Marv. I can't support. Same reason I couldn't support Obama. Same reason I can't support the black lady that was running for governor. The stuff that you're going against what I really believe, what my creator told me, what he wanted. That's what it's about. I unsubscribe. I still like the show and everything, but nah, man, I can't support. You know what I'm saying? I can't support that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I wish anything bad on those people in those lifestyles. I don't have anything against people in those lifestyles, no. I can't support those lifestyles. It's a difference. Yeah. And then I thought about it, I'm like, maybe this is, I was like, how did Marv get to feeling this way? He's supposed to be married with kids, you know. But his dad, I thought about his dad. I'm like, maybe he got AIDS from alternative lifestyle. And then you would make an excuse, right? Since that's your dad, you will, well, it's not all bad. I support my dad. So anybody who makes that choice, I support him. No, it's not how it works. Just because it's your dad, he doesn't get a pass. Just because it's your dad, that lifestyle doesn't get a pass. Anyway, I'm way off target, guys. I just needed to say that. But yeah, as of the other day when he said that, I'm off the Marv Fool, man. Even though he has some good callers, man, with good information, it's not worth it. I can't support what you said you support. Just being honest, man. Okay, so what's happening around the world? France revokes the protest rights. I told y'all that the yellow vest protest in Paris, something in my eye. Yellow vest protest in Paris, they had to get permits to protest, man. It just wasn't some organic thing. They'd be like, okay, we're going to be on 6th Street this time. No, they had to go and apply. The government had to grant them the right to protest. But France is revoking those rights. So we'll see that. Land's going to get real. Because now if they want to protest, it's going to be some consequences and repercussions. And that's all I had, guys. It's already, going on getting close to 45 minutes here, man. Well, so what do y'all think about that? Leave me a comment down below. Again, thank all my new subscribers. What? Patent for AIDS. I will look it up. I know they hold a patent for Ebola. We know they did all type of crazy testing on people unknowingly, unbeknownst, with syphilis. Still doing it. Now it's moved to Honduras. But that's why I want my people to be well, not sick. That's why I talk about the zeolites, because you can look it up and see what all the zeolites are healed. And I'll do it again for y'all. For anybody who donates, information in the description box down below. I got to say $13 or more. Anybody who donates $13 or more, information in the description box. You get a free gift. Free gift. The zeolites. From my own stash. I'm not selling anything. I don't have anything to sell. I have a P.O. box and a PayPal down below. Look it up, see what it does for you. We don't need prescriptions. We don't need doctors. We don't need pharmaceuticals. We need to be healed. We need to be well. Anyway, guys, just so if you do decide to take advantage of the free gift, just let me know. $13 or more donation. Let me know you want the free gift. And anyway, let me get out of here. I appreciate y'all for watching at this. I don't know if you want to call it late or if you want to call it early, but the sun is not up. You're welcome. All right, appreciate you. So this is Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt. Over and out. Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt.